Sabi Africa. No Africa. No Africans. Pioneering role in science, engineering, and technology.
Sabi African Network, illuminating Africa's narrative as pioneers in science, engineering, and technology.
Do you know that long before modern scientists coined the term agroforestry, African farmers had already mastered it? In the compounds of southeastern Nigeria, under the towering canopies of breadfruit and oil palms, lies a quiet revolution. Multi-layered farms engineered not by machines, but by centuries of indigenous intelligence. Here, trees, crops, and animals coexist in perfect harmony, a living, breathing ecosystem that feeds families, heals the earth, and sustains generations. Step into a traditional African compound farm, and you enter a world of structure within seeming chaos. At the top, the 20-meter-tall oil palms and African star apples create a shaded microclimate. Beneath them, mango, cocoa, and cola trees thrive in dappled light. Lower still, plantain, cassava, and coffee intertwine, and beneath them, yams and herbs blanket the soil. Even the roots are engineered, tapping nutrients from different soil depths in a silent underground symphony. To the untrained eye, it is random. To the ecologist, it is optimization. Compound farms mimic natural forest algorithms, intercepting sunlight at multiple heights, recycling nutrients in closed loops, and building soil instead of exhausting it. Each plant plays a coded role. Nitrogen fixers feed the soil, deep roots lift minerals, and leaf litter becomes natural fertilizer. It is agriculture written in the language of ecology. In compound farms, diversity equals resilience. When drought strikes, deep-rooted trees still bear fruit. When pests invade, only a fraction of crops are affected. Economically, when one market fails, 10 others sustain the household. It is risk management, not through chemicals or capital, but through biodiversity. Over 80 plant and animal species coexist in one homestead, forming a self-regulating biological economy. Centuries before climate-smart agriculture entered policy documents, Africa had already deployed it. From Nigeria's compound farms to the Chaga home gardens on Mount Kilimanjaro, these systems stabilize soils, regulate microclimates, and sequester carbon naturally. In Niger, farmer-managed natural regeneration restored over 5 million hectares of land, reviving ecosystems and livelihoods alike. These are not relics of the past, they are blueprints for the planet's future. Compound farms run on a principle of modern sustainability advocates call circular economy. Every output becomes an input. Fallen leaves feed the soil. Animal manure enriches crops. Deep roots bring nutrients from below. Nothing is wasted, nothing is external. Where industrial agriculture leaks nutrients and depends on chemical inputs, compound farms recycle energy perpetually, nature's zero-waste factory. Beyond ecology lies social intelligence. Compound farms are gender-inclusive economies. Women harvest, manage, and sustain food systems at the doorstep. Children learn plant law, medicinal knowledge, and seed saving, a continuous transfer of ecological literacy. These farms are not just food systems, they are knowledge systems, preserving culture, medicine, and community structure in living green libraries. Modern research is finally catching up. Studies on Ziziphus mauritiana integration in West Africa show yield increases in millet and cowpea under agroforestry conditions. Projects like Regreening Africa and Rwanda's hillside irrigation program now scale these indigenous principles to millions of hectares. What scientists model in laboratories, African farmers have perfected in backyards through empirical genius refined over centuries. Yet, these green marvels face threats like urbanization, loss of youth interest, and globalization's monoculture pressures. But the tide is turning. The world's appetite for organic, local, and ethical food is rising, and with it comes new recognition that Africa's compound farms are not primitive, they are pioneering. They represent the future of climate-resilient food systems that are regenerative, decentralized, and ethically grounded. The wisdom of compound farms teaches us this. Technology is not always metallic, sometimes it is biological. Innovation is not always new, sometimes it's ancestral. Africa's compound farms are the architecture of balance, feeding families, healing soils, and sequestering carbon through living design. As the world searches for sustainable food systems, perhaps the future is already growing quietly in Africa's backyards. Africa is not waiting for sustainability. Africa invented it.